Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Colin at Black Dog Outdoor Sports, and we are doing another video on the 10 essentials. So today's essential item is going to be our survival kit. Now, for the matter of this list that I have, it's actually going to be number 5. Again, there's no importance of which number they are. They are all important or essential. So a survival kit, in my opinion, all these 10 essential items are part of the one survival kit. I don't know why it needs to be its own because essentially the bag is the survival kit that has all these things in it. So, focusing on backpacking, backcountry hunting, and vehicle. So, the vehicle aspect for me is probably the most practical and most important because I'm in a vehicle every day. I live out in the country. My wife and I both commute to and from work. The roads in the Northeast get pretty crappy in the wintertime, and there's lots of deer, so there's always that potential for storms or hitting something and getting stuck or stranded out there on the road. Um, so my survival kit or my 10 essentials or my get home or bug out bag or whatnot lives in the car all the time, and it's fairly large, and that's okay because the car itself is pretty big. And again, I spend a lot of time in that vehicle to and from, so having extra things in that car or that bag really will help me if I end up having to spend the night in that vehicle or get home from that vehicle. So the main items in the survival kit are, again, going to encompass all the things of the 10 essentials, but having things in that kit that are tools are going to help me build things and cut through things and do things that I may need to in order to get home. So the knife or cutting edge is going to be one of those items in my survival kit. So in my vehicle, I probably have, I don't know, 3 different types of blades between my range bag, my get home bag, the car console, my pocket, etc. There's just stuff in the vehicle all the time. On my person every day, I usually carry 1 to 2 knives, one of which is going to be just a blade that I can, open boxes and just do random things, cut my lunch up, whatever I'm going to do. And then the other one is going to be more of a multi tool Swiss Army knife, something with some extra tools on it. So the little blade, the big blade, the saw edge, the can opener, the bottle opener, anything like that, super handy. So having some way of cutting, getting through something, making holes, making something shorter is a handy thing, especially if you need to cut your way through or out of something that you may be stuck in. So a cutting edge or 2 is always fantastic. Again, remember that saying, 1 is none and 2 is 1. Okay. Other items on that list, again, are going to be redundant with the rest of the essentials, but we want to focus on these. So one of those items is going to be a means of signaling, letting someone know where we are and that we potentially need help. So a good whistle is going to be imperative. The Fox 40 whistle that we carry here is probably the best. It's super loud, super rugged, does not have that cork ball, so even if it gets soaking wet like if we were paddling, it's still going to work. So really loud, very durable, always going to work all the time. Another thing that we want to consider would be a means to make fire. So fire with smoke or just big fire at night will illuminate the area and let people know, hey, we're here and we need help potentially. Signaling mirror is going to be something also that you can kind of shine. And if you know SOS or Morse code, that's even better. Although in today's day and age, we're depending on someone else knowing Morse code, which they most likely won't. So it's probably a cool skill to know. Whether it's going to be super practical for us, I don't know. But having a signaling mirror is great. That signaling mirror can also be used to start fire if you practice that way as well. Other gadgets or tools that we may want to have are going to be fire starting material, which we'll talk about. That's its own section. Shelter building or shelter material, that's kind of its own section as well. But one of those items that I really like are trash bags and paracord or rope. Trash bags, super versatile. You can do anything with that. It could be an emergency layer. It could be a way to carry things. It could be a waterproof it. It could be a shelter. Trash bags, contractor style. Really, really good. And then paracord. Paracord is going to be fantastic. If you get the 550 cord, you can cut it and then unwind it, and you're left with many, many, many strong strands that you can do different things with. It's also flammable, which is, again, fire. And it can be used to replace bootlaces, backpack straps, slings. You can use it for making tourniquets. You can use it for making splints. It's just super versatile. So paracord is a must. I think 100 feet is probably good, but realistically, I always end up needing it. So I cut it into smaller bits and then I have to replace it, and now I've got more. So Survival kit, that's pretty much going to be, again, your whole bag or your whole box, whatever you're going to put it in, and that should really encompass all of the things of our 10 essentials. Now, in college, in our class that we had taken, the idea was to make your kit so small and so compact that you'd bring it with you all the time. If it's too big, you're not going to bring it with you unless it's your vehicle bag. So the Nalgene bottle was kind of our goal go-to size. You can always find a spot for this typically in a bag. So it's watertight, wicked durable. It itself could be part of your 10 Essentials kit. And you can stuff that thing full of all the things that we're talking about in these series of videos. So with that being said, though, small kits. We sell, a style of small kit that would essentially be 10 Essentials, realistically, ideally. Now, I have not personally used this one. This brand is pretty popular. We sell a lot of their stuff. They seem to be pretty neat. But there are many different versions of survival kits out there. I would encourage you to buy one and try it in a comfortable environment. Don't wait until your life depends on it. Because you may find that the tools are too small to really use. They're not of super great quality. They may just not work altogether. They may fail. So you want to make sure that if you are going out in the backcountry or your life may depend on something, you know how to use it and you know it's of good quality. So again, have not tried this one yet. We do carry it. It seems like it's pretty much covering the bases. This is a good kit for the money and what you get inside, but I have not opened it up and tried. So think about the kit that you're envisioning. Put the pieces down on a piece of paper so that you can keep track of what you need and what you have, and then try to combine it in a container or a bag that works best for you. All right, well, see you guys next time. Shoot straight and keep your lines tight.